And welcome back to Journey to Wisdom and Wealth. My name is Tara. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. You know you're already part of the what? Grateful gang, 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 grateful gang, 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 grateful gang, 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 grateful gang, 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 gang. And if you're not a part of the Grateful Gang, we'd love to have you. We do budgeting as well as first-time home ownership type things, as well as any lifestyle content and vlogs. And we'll be working on decluttering this year. So if any of that interests you, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. It's free 99. So since I don't want this video to be super long, I'm hoping 20-25 minutes. So get your tea, get your snacks. I've got my tea because my throat is acting crazy. I make a little spoon. These make really good stir spoons, you guys. So let's get started. Today we'll be talking about my 2023 goals, and I did them a little bit different this year, and I'm hoping that this works for me. If you've done this before, let me know down in the comments. I saw a video, and I'll link it down below, of this girl talking about this concept, and when I watched it, I went down the rabbit hole, and I was like, okay, this is something I need to try. Last year, I tried this, give yourself grace, not too much detail, goals type thing. Honey, that did not work for me. Okay. I am definitely a type A personality and I need organization. I did the same thing with my sinking funds. I put them all in one thing. And then by the end of the year, I didn't know what went where and who did what. So as you saw on my sinking funds video, if you haven't, I'll link it, or you can just go back a couple videos, and I broke them down into very specific categories. So I've decided to do the same thing with my goals. However, all the goals that you see are not goals that I'm tackling all at once. So let me tell you about the thing that I'm super excited about. It's called a 12-week year. Okay, this is a book that I found someone talking about, and I will leave the link to the book on Amazon, but I will also leave the link to the free audiobook that I listened to. I did not purchase a book. I don't get any more books in my home, but there was a free audiobook linked on YouTube that I'll leave that link for you. Suggest you listen to it, whether you decide to go with it or not. That's up to you. Excuse me. Okay, so basically I listened to the audiobook and I took my own notes. If you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. I'm going to go over quickly, as quick as I can, some of the key points to a 12-week year. So a 12-week year, you must consistently execute because technically you only have 12 weeks to complete your year. Your annual goals, when you do annual goals, they give you this sense of you have so much time to get things done because you have 12 months. When you do smaller goals like this, by periodization, it gives you a shorter period of time and the urgency to get things done faster. You can take 1 week after your 12-week goals and celebrate and go over recognizing any of your accomplishments that you have done in that 12-week goal. Now, a lot of my 12-week goals you'll find they're going to be ongoing. They're just going to be tackled in a 12-week fashion. Excuse me. Create a compelling vision. So one of the main aspects of a 12-week goal is to create a vision. And if I feel like I have enough time to share mine with you, because mine is long, they say to make it very detailed. I don't know if they meant being detailed and having like 1 or 2 pages. Honey, my thing is like 3 paragraphs long. But it's basically you have to be able to connect with your vision, and then your goals need to align with your vision. You have to make your vision compelling enough where it brings emotions to you. This is where you see yourself. In my vision, I am not always these things, but I'm working towards becoming these things. Your vision is always your starting point. Vision is the starting point of all high performance. First mentally, then physically. You need to engage in a vision and be very clear. So when you set up a 12-week program, you choose 12-week goals. You choose 2 to 3 goals. Then you break them down into tactics. And then you make daily to-dos, and they need to have assigned dates. And so it's a lot like the SMART setup, where you make specific goals and attainable goals, and you make sure you can measure the goal. And that's the same kind of concept here. And you need to create due dates when things need to be done. Excuse me. And you're going to constantly have to do this. So the 5 principles are vision, planning, process control, measurement, and time use. So those are what you're going to be setting up when you set up each goal. Like, when your vision, does it align with your vision? Have you planned for the time? What are your controls in processing everything out properly? Have you figured a way to measure this thing? And when is it going to be done? Excuse me. So that's basically, I'm not going to go through every single thing on. Okay, so let's say you've already created your goals. You know what 2 to 3 goals you're going to work on, and you've created your vision, first your vision, and then your goals. Now, here are some few steps to creating good tactics that I'm going to share with you. Criteria 1, make them specific and make them measurable. What does success look like to you? Don't go by what anybody else is doing. Be as specific as possible. Criteria 2, always state them positively. Try to say it in a positive fashion. Don't like, oh, I'm fat and I need to lose weight. Say it as I am a healthy person who does healthy things. Criteria 3, make sure they are realistic stretch, like realistically stretching, and do not make them impossible. So you want to make it where it's a stretch for you. Like for me, if I say I want to lose 1 pound a week, anybody can lose 1 pound a week. If I say 2 or 3, it's a bit of a stretch, but it's still kind of realistic. If I said I want to use 10 pounds in a week consistently, that's probably less realistic and probably impossible for some people, depending on the plan that you're working with. Okay, number 4, assign accountability. This is where you guys are going to come in. For me, you guys are going to be my accountability partners because I I need that, right? I need someone to come on to and explain how I did in this week. Now, I'm not going to make this take over your timeline. The plan for me is to kind of go through my week and check in with you once a week and tell you how I'm doing, what my measured out to be, and if I'm following my tactics. I feel like this plan is going to work for me because I am the type of person that will say, I'm trying to lose weight. Why does it seem like Sally's doing the same thing as me, but Sally's losing weight and I'm not? I'll tell you I'm eating right. I'll tell you that I'm working out, tell you that I'm staying underneath my calorie deficit. But if I was to really write these things out in tactics and check them off each day, more than likely I'm not doing exactly what I said I'm doing. So this to me is going to be holding me accountable. And then if I am doing all that I'm doing, then something else must be wrong. And the last criteria for making good tactics is to be time bound, have deadlines, make a date to which things need to be done. Each tactic should start with a verb, be a complete sentence, and be executable as written in a week that it is due. Okay. And the last thing I want to share with you guys is seriously just thinking about your pitfalls. The process is more important than the result. You have no control of what your results will be technically, but if you get all your tactics done, you can say that you did everything that you thought you were going to do. And it's okay to say no to other people. When your goals are not to go drink and someone invites you to drink, don't go drink. You know what I mean? You're okay to say no to people, and no is a final and full sentence. And last but not least, never settle for anything less than you're capable of. We're all capable of amazing things, y'all, and we need to just do it. So there was a lot more notes, but I don't want to take too much time talking about that. I want to get into what my goals are. So that is basically my thought process of the 12-week year, and I'm going to give it a try. I'm not going to say, oh my God, I'm going to do this, it's going to be great, but I'm going to try, right? So here, let me show you my Notion page. You guys, I tried Notion for the very first time. It took me, I've literally been working on this for 3 weeks, you guys, and it's not complete, but I was like, I have to get this video out, and I just want to share it with you all. So this will be an ongoing Notion page for me. I don't know that you guys want to see my Notion page, but I'm going to show you what I have set up so far because it attains to these goals. So here's my page. Queens, Journey to Wisdom and Wealth 2023 goals. My word of the year is discipline, y'all. Discipline. I need discipline in my life. To be honest, and I think it goes along with consistency. If I just need to know that when I say I'm going to do something, I just do it. It shouldn't be a conversation. It shouldn't be no thinking about it. I said I was going to do it, so I need to be disciplined enough to get it done. That is my word of the year. Let me know down in the comments what your word of the year is. So here is my vision statement. See what I mean? It's very long. Let me know in the comments if y'all want me to read the vision statement. I'm going to read you a couple sentences just so you have an idea of how I worded mine. So I am a kind, loving, patient, giving, God-fearing woman. I am amazing, spiritual. I have an amazing spiritual connection and relationship with God. I travel 2 to 3 times of the year or more. I am healthy and take great care of my body, mind, and spirit. I am wise in my decisions and have discernment. I am financially stable with overflow and excess, i.e., I'm wealthy. I'm out of debt and able to be the lender and not the borrower. I spend quality time with my family and friends and speak to them often. I'm constantly learning something new, whether by book, online course, or just in general conversation. Get a hobby, sis. LOL. I am a great listener. I make great decisions and I give great advice. I love my job and I'm always hitting my work goals with precision and willing to help my coworkers if I can. I maintain a wonderful work-life balance. I'm a loving, respectful, and equally yoked relationship where we communicate well and are truly loved and care for each other and love each other in everything and love. Wait, no, sorry, y'all. Care for each other and our loved ones. My home is decluttered and is in a place of peace, serenity, warmth, and love. Everything in my home has its own place. I slow down to enjoy the small things and big things in life and thank God for them daily. I do not complain. I find a solution to whatever problem arises. I always look on the bright side of things. I am a joy to be around, and I fill people's cup, not drain them. I meditate and have some quiet me time at least once or twice a week. I link an impact in people's life by sharing my knowledge as well as sharing my time. For example, volunteer work. I'm mentally stable and have a very calm spirit. Anxiety, what? Stress, who? I'm always myself in every situation. I have morning and nighttime routines in place. And although I'm very organized, I'm also able to go with the flow. I have a successful YouTube channel, 500K subbies, y'all. Okay. Or more. Why not? To infinity and beyond. My channel helps educate people on digital budgeting and lifestyle. I run a very successful side business. I have time to support other YouTube channels as well. My friend circle is freaking awesome sauce, and I can do anything I put my mind to. And God will always provide. All the things are always working for my good. God is good all the time, and all the time, God is good. So that actually just read you my whole vision statement. I was in the flow. I figured I'd just keep going. So that is my vision statement. That's my word. So let's continue on down here. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but this is basically what my page looked like. It's not complete. And we're just going to take this time to go over the goals. So these are actually short-term and long-term goals here. Mindful and short-term and long-term goals. Long-term goals basically are stating that there's something that'll just continue on. So practice meditation and mindfulness. And then under that, it says daily devotional, meditate 2 to 3 times a week, at least 5 minutes minimum. Start doing yoga stretches or just stretches 1 to 2 times a week. Watch a sermon on YouTube 3 to 5 times a week. Practice more giving. Get closer to God. Pray for purpose. Call my friends, family members more often. And I need to put the friends and family members. Family member and friend. That didn't work. I didn't mean to do this with you guys. I just wanted to read. I'm sorry. Family, get the family, call my family members and friends more often and find a church home. So let me move my face. And then the next goal, which of course is a long-term goal, is to lose 100 pounds. I actually would love to do that this year, but some of the tactics that I'll be using is first joining a gym. Initial weigh-in must be done. Take initial measurements. Lose 1 to 2 pounds for a total of 50 to 100 pounds in a year. And that's it for the year. Work out 3 to 5 times a week. Weight train 2 to 3 times a week. Reduce calorie intake, reevaluating that each time I weigh in. Drink 67 ounces to 101 ounces of water. Minimum of 16/8 fasting schedule for 5 days a week. I enjoy fasting, so if it's not something you like to do, then definitely don't do that. Meal prep, or you don't have to do any of this. This is my goals. Meal prep, either I haven't decided whether it's going to be best for me to do it weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. These are always changing. Weigh in once a week and track my measurements monthly. So next thing is my personal finance goals. Some of these are long-term, some of these are short-term. You can see ST means short-term, LT means long-term. So pay off my Discover debt credit card, pay off my student loan debt, pay off my humble home, complete 1K saving challenge, save a $200 buffer, beef up my house emergency fund, beef up my general emergency fund, save, and set up a general savings account. So the next thing is, now this last one This last one that I'm sharing with you is I know that people said to do 2 or 3 goals, but I'm doing 3 or 4 goals because I am who I am. And I don't have children or anything. I think I could squeeze it. We'll see how it goes. I'll reevaluate in 2 or 3 weeks. So this is my last goal for this 12-week session. So I've wrote all my goals for the year, but that doesn't mean I'm trying to tackle everything in one 12-week go. These are some goals, and we'll keep rolling until we get it done. And then the next 12-week section, we'll then decide what new goals are added. Am I hitting them? Am I getting, so hopefully that makes sense. So declutter my home. That's definitely, so meditating, getting closer to God. That's one. Losing up to 100 pounds, personal finance goals. And you see, there were a lot of personal finance goals in there. I'm only going to choose a few to work on in the first 12 weeks, and decluttering my home. So decluttering my home, oh, I forgot to read my little quotes. So practice and meditation says, control your mind and control your life. Discipline, consistency, and mindfulness. Those are my little quotes for me to remember. I didn't do one for weight loss, or I haven't found one that I like yet. And this one just says, get rid of that dang Discover. The decluttering your home says, one step at a time. Having a simplified, uncluttered home is a form of self-care, and I do believe that. So spending about 30 minutes a day, I haven't decided on that completely yet, if it's going to be per day or if it's going to be like 2 or 3 times a week, because I have a lot of goals. Like I'm doing 3 goals, and the next step for me is to create a Google Sheet, or not a Google Sheet, my Google Calendar with time blocking. So time blocking is going to be very important for me, to sit down each week and time block my schedule out, because I need to make sure I can actually get all these things done with the time I have in the day. If you want to see how I time block, let me know. I'll do a different video on that, or see my first week of time blocking, because I do want to work on that as well. And I also forgot to mention, my new year is not starting on January 1st. My new year is starting on January 9th for me. Okay. My 12-week year starting on January 9th. Okay, so keep going. So spend 30 minutes a day decluttering, set up sorting stations, organize, everything needs a home, create a list of things that need to be decluttered, commit to not purchasing too much unless it is needing of replacement, make sure to sell items or give to the thrift store or a shelter. Now, these are other things that I want to work on throughout the year, but not focused on them right now. So finding a side business to get back on Poshmark. Actually, Poshmark might link into decluttering the home, because if there's anything that I find that I can just throw up on Poshmark or Facebook, then I'll do that. So get back into Poshmark, find some other work from home opportunities, get the Skillshare program, and try to learn new things. That is something I want to give myself for Christmas. I did not buy it yet, but I do want to consider buying that to be able to learn new things. Fine, because someone asked me the other day if I could sell them my Google Sheet. And I was like, I would love to tell you my Google Sheet, but I don't know how. So I'm hoping like Skillshare will help me get some of those skills to be able to do things like that, and let that be side hustles. Because a lot of people don't want to take the time to work on their own Google Sheet files with the formulas, or they don't know how, and to buy it from somebody would just be easier. So I'm looking into that, guys, if you're somebody else who would like that. Okay, find creative ways to make extra money, and spend 30 minutes 2 to 3 times a week looking for another stream of income. So have a gathering at my home is another thing I'd like to do. Create party syncing fun, figure out a theme, figure out a budget, send out online invites. You get a passport is definitely on there. Fill out passport application, take passport pictures, travel more. Staycations are self-care also. Set up a travel syncing fund. Did that. I probably could click that off. Hotel stays count too. Just do something. This is how I talk to myself, y'all. Build your YouTube channel brand. Okay, grow my channel to 50K by end of year. Dream big. I don't know, guys. I'm not even 1,000, but hey, you gotta dream big. I've seen people do it. Branding, work on branding, create upload schedule, niche down into what I'm doing, add shorts, better thumbnails, get to 1K and do lives. Let me know how I did on the thumbnail today. Get to 1K and do some lives, and use Skillshare to help. Backyard vibes. I'd really like to get my backyard in order. That's definitely a long-term goal, but I'd like to create a garden, create an oasis in my background, and a dining space for outside as well. And then the kitchen remodel, also a long-term goal. Paint the cabinets white, change the hardware on the doors to a bronze, change or gold, change the countertop, level off the bar area, new sink, new flooring, new appliances. So these are just some of the ones that I would like to get done this year, y'all. Yes, I don't know that I would get it done all at once. but that's okay. I don't have to get it done all at once. I just want to make sure they're noted somewhere for me to revisit. And this is what all the covers of all my things look like that we just reviewed. And then there is a meal planner section for me to start making weekly meal plans, but I haven't started on that. That's a template I was able to do. And this is my first 12 week. I've been trying to add in my tactics so I can check them off, but this is causing me some problems. So that's why I'm not going over those with you right now. But however, that would make that video way too long. So I'm hoping that, and as you can see, the way I read my vision statement was that's not who I am right now all the way. Some things are like that for me, but I would like to be that person, and it doesn't have to be this year. It just has to be, and it might change, but I love that my vision statement reminds me of who I want to be, and then I'd make sure that my goals are in line with my vision statement, which they are. So those are my 4 major goals: getting closer to God, losing weight, getting some of those financial things done, as well as declaring my home. So that is the video. Those are my goals. Let me know down below what some of your goals are going to be for 2023. Let me know how you think I did. Check out the 12-week year. It is a really cool concept where you take 12 weeks to work on 2 or 3 of your goals, in my case 3 or 4 of my goals, and see how much you smash them. And so I'll be back every week to check in with you. So if my first week is supposed to be the 9th, then I should be back sometime before the 16th to let you know how I'm doing. I pray that all goes well, and let me know down in the comments if you want me to share my first calendar block of my plans to get these tasks done. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, always to be great. You have to be grateful. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Faith over fear this year, but not just this year, but what? Forever, forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, forever, ever, forever, ever, ever, forever, ever, forever, ever. Love y'all. Bye. Just